It's your boy Young and Hefe. Don't care about number what the check say.
KBL, you a menace.
Yeah. It's a lot of little boys out here talking that talk, but ain't spinning and walking that walk. 5 bills to get you whacked, 50 shots up in this Mac, face shots to make the news, we just step when they relax, group chats to get you tapped, foreign head up in my lap, when they pump we run it back, tell my youngin' cut no slack, 5 bills to get you whacked. What's the good old big deal with the good old people, man? It's your boy Young and Hefe. Don't care about number what the check say. Make sure you go ahead, like and subscribe, because it don't cost you nothing. Press that button, and if you ring that notification bell, I'm gonna bring you mail. What's the good old big deal with the good old people? It's Hot Topics with your boy Young and Hefe, and I'm here to deliver you another one like the other one. So the recipient of Hot Topics is Stretch from Brims, you know what I'm saying? And a rolling 40, you know what I'm saying, Crip member that was unalive, you know what I'm saying, allegedly by him. I decided to pick this up, man. You already know, man, I do them gang videos, man. You know this is gangland, man. This is the capital, this is Los Angeles, man. I am tapped in, man. I am in them streets, man, so we got to talk about it. Respectable Rants originally dropped it, you know what I'm saying? It was a piece, you know what I'm saying? I had to pick it up, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna even lie, Respectable Rants, he be coming with information that I don't even be privy to or be having, and like bringing up, you know what I'm saying, unalivers that happen in Los Angeles that I ain't even, you know what I'm saying, heard about, probably because I was on one of my jail stints or something like that. But what's crazy about this situation, what is being alleged and said is that somebody from Brims was unalived, and I guess the unaliving was being blamed on the 40s, and or you know just how it goes, it's a chain reaction with whoever. When you out here gang banging, you in the trenches and you don't know who did it, you gotta hit everybody that's a rival, everybody that's an enemy. But sometimes, you know, it be them back and forths where you already know who did it, where you know who you at war with, you know what I'm saying, in situations like that. So I don't know if this was that situation, but it seems like somebody was unalived from the Brims. We gonna get into this video to see if it's the V and G's to be in fact, you know what I'm saying, or where I know I heard the Foodtown mentioning something like that. I don't know if it was the 6 Deuce Brims. We definitely gonna get into which Brim set that stretches from. But it looked like that somebody near and dear to him was unalived, and allegedly he went seeking retaliation, you know what I'm saying? They supposedly found texts, you know what I'm saying, from somebody telling them, hey, don't go do it, you know what I'm saying, don't go do it for OG, leave that alone, or whatever the case may be. And it's being alleged, he said that he got the drop on somebody from 40s, went in there, you know what I'm saying, seen that dude was in there, waiting for dude to exit the place. And it's being alleged that he followed the dude, and when he followed the dude, it's being alleged that somebody hung out the back window and let off some shots. Dude from 40s, you know what I'm saying, was hit 4 times, and it was said that, you know, he was pronounced dead, you know, on the scene from my understanding. And cold part about it, this was a day before his child was being birthed, and that's just, you know, that's a cold way, you know what I'm saying, that's a cold situation right there. So we about to get into a Respectable Rants talking about, and y'all already know, man, it's the halfway and the half effect. We gonna commentate.
Was at the Buffalo Wild Wings restaurant located at Crenshaw and Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. The suspect vehicle pulls up from behind him and alongside him, almost going in the opposite lanes of traffic.
Shots fired from the Infinity's passenger side killed Jermaine.
The reason this case is so tragic is the fact that Mr. Williams had a daughter that was born the day after he was killed, which makes it all the more sad. A friend of Mr. Williams, a female that was in the car, sitting in the front passenger seat, she was also shot but survived. Mr. Williams had a daughter that was born the day after he was killed.
Today's video is going to be about the murder of Jermaine Williams, aka Strong from the Rolling 40s. We're gonna break down how he was set up by a Buffalo Wild Wings employee and how he got killed the day before his daughter was born by some Brims trying to get retaliation for an OG that just got killed 2 days before this. But let's get into it. On February 26th of 2016, police would respond to shots fired on the corner of Western Ave and West 42nd Street. This would be in the heart of the Rolling 40s, and as you can see, it would be the Black Circle. Police would arrive around 12:30 in the morning, and when they got there, they would see Jermaine Williams and a female passenger, both with gunshot wounds. And the only evidence that police had at this time was that Jermaine Williams was from Rolling 40s, and he left Buffalo Wild Wings. And they would have camera footage of a white Infiniti SUV following Jermaine Williams when he left Buffalo Wild Wings up until he would arrive on 42nd Street, where he was shot. A little bit of time would go by, and then officers would receive a tip that the person that drove the white Infiniti SUV would be Baby Stretch from Foodtown Brims. The Foodtown Brims would share a border with the Rolling 30s and be close to the Rolling 40s. And this would be Baby Stretch right here. And his real name would be Jamar Wilson. But like we said, Baby Stretch, aka Jamar Wilson, was a known member of the Foodtown Brims. And the OG that he lost would be Kenneth Durden, and he was killed on February 23rd of 2016. He was killed in Harvard Park, which police say is a stronghold for the Brims. And as you can see at the bottom, Baby Stretch was even there when they killed his OG. The shooting of the OG Brim happened at 3:55 in the afternoon, and he was sitting inside of his Cadillac when his shooter approached and fired multiple times. This murder would happen inside of the Black Square, but as you can see, all of the murders that happened around that area. In that whole area would be home to the Six Deuce Brims. But like they said, it would be a stronghold for all the Brims, like the Fruit Towns and the VNGs. A memorial for the OG days after his death, and Baby Stretch would attend, and somebody named Baby Nut would tell him to go to Buffalo Wild Wings. In that same exact night, Baby Stretch would get a text from somebody saying don't get caught up in your emotions about the OG, and they would pretty much beg him to not hop in a car and go get caught up. Police would say that was a reference to a plan to go kill Jermaine Williams, who was a Rolling 40. Police would then say he ignored that advice and picked somebody up named Montel Egan's, who was a part of the group. And Wilson, who was Baby Stretch, knew that Egan's had a gun. Jermaine Williams, who would be the one from Rolling 40s, would be at the restaurant eating with his girlfriend. That's when a Buffalo Wild Wings employee would call Baby Stretch and the Brims and tell him to come to the restaurant. They would then pull up 3 cars deep, and the video footage would show only Baby Stretch went into the restaurant. He didn't order drinks or talk to anybody. He just walked in and walked past Jermaine Williams, who was the dude from Rolling 40s. He was in there for less than 15 minutes, and they didn't say anything to each other. Video footage would then show Baby Stretch and all the Brims outside waiting for Williams to leave Buffalo Wild Wings. That's when they would follow him right away. They would say the shooter was Montel Egan's, who was hanging out the back window. And at first, when Baby Stretch was arrested, he would tell the police that he didn't own the Infiniti, and he wasn't present for the shooting. The police would then interview Baby Stretch again, but this time they would play video and audio of Baby Stretch's girlfriend saying that was Baby Stretch's Infiniti.
Alright, so now, man, I understand, and I'm pretty sure y'all understand. If y'all don't, then I'm gonna give y'all some recollection of what's going on. So, basically, for me listening intently in and finally understanding, I guess an OG from Six Deuce Brims was unalived, you know what I'm saying, murdered, you know what I'm saying, at Harvard Park. They said he was sitting in his Cadillac chilling. Said somebody walked up, you know what I'm saying, fired shots, you know what I'm saying, killed him. They said Stretch from Foodtown Brims was up there, you know what I'm saying, as they saying, this is their words, not mine, that Harvard Park is supposedly a stronghold or stranghold for the Brims or whatever, so you might catch a VNG up there, whoever, it's all Brims. So they say he was up there when it happened. He felt played. Allegedly, a guy named Baby Nut got at him, you know what I'm saying, told him that go to Buffalo Wild Wings that night, you know what I'm saying. So they saying that he got a text telling him don't go, don't get caught up in the emotions, you know what I'm saying, behind OG or whatnot. Somebody tried to warn him, please don't go, like they felt something was gonna go bad. He ended up going anyway. So he go to the Buffalo Wild Wings, as they say, They say that it looks like that he got the drop on him, like somebody that was working at Buffalo Wild Wings probably told him that the dude from 40s was gonna be there. I guess they was blaming the 40s for OG from 6 Deuce Brims getting knocked down. I guess they had a war going on. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can figure that out yourself. For those who know, y'all know what's going on. If you know, you know. So they saying they go up there 3 cars deep. They say Stretch going there, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if he went to talk to the person who was supposed to set it up, but he didn't do nothing in there, you know what I'm saying? When they first said he walked in there, I thought they was gonna say that he handled business in there, but I guess he didn't. So I guess they waited for dude from 40s to leave. I guess dude from 40s left. They followed him all the way back to the 40s, and on 42nd, I guess that's when they decided to do what was done allegedly, you know what I'm saying? But the cold part about this this was done, right? Business was handled by Foodtown Brim, but it's all Brims, you know what I'm saying? It's happened at Harvard Park, like for sure. Me, being from Brims, if I was Stretch, the 6 Deuce Brim is going with me on this for sure. You going with me on this for sure. I'm not going to be the only one, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be somebody else with me. However, all this is on camera. They get caught up. When they get caught up, they question Stretch. Stretch try to act like he don't know what's going on. He give a statement and blame the car, the Infinity that they got, on somebody else, until his girlfriend end up telling the truth and saying that it was his Infinity. From there, it looked like they questioned Stretch again, and it looked like there from Stretch started singing and started telling the truth and started saying some other stuff. But it's like, what could you really say if you being said the shooter? What you gonna say? Somebody sent you, and you know what I'm saying? So let's get back into the rest of this content, and you already know, man, it's the halfway and the half effect. We're gonna commentate.
Infinity, but he would claim that he let Montel Egan's borrow it and his cell phone was in the car. And he would also tell police that he got rid of the Infinity because it was involved in a killing on Western Ave. There would be a few witnesses that seen the whole thing, and he would see somebody out the back seat shoot 7 gunshots out of the Infinity, with Jermaine Williams getting hit 4 and his girlfriend getting hit 2. But since he lied the first time, police wouldn't believe him, and they would arrest him, and they would place Baby Stretch in the cell with Montel Egan's. But this jail cell was being audio recorded. Police would hear Baby Stretch tell Montel Egan's that he's worried that they got the vehicle. Egan's would then reply and say that they're faking it. But Montel Egan's would have his suspicions, and he would tell Baby Stretch to be quiet. But with a little bit of time up in that cell, Baby Stretch would eventually admit that he drove the Infinity to Buffalo Wild Wings to grab a drink and chat with women inside of the restaurant. And he would say even though he drove the Infinity there, he would leave in a different vehicle, which would be behind the SUV. And that Montel Egan's took his Infinity. He told police he didn't want to go with Montel Egan's because he knew Egan's had a gun. He would also tell police that he has no clue why Montel Egan's committed the shooting. But like we said earlier, little did he know that police had the whole thing on video surveillance of him only going inside for 15 minutes and not speaking to a soul. And even though he tried to blame his friend multiple times, he would still be charged. And when you look up the case number, he has no co-defendants, which means even though other people were arrested, nobody else would be charged besides him. So clearly they didn't believe his story. He would then have to sit in the county jail for the next 6 years while he fought this case. But on July 11th of 2022, he would be found guilty on all counts, and he would be convicted by a jury. The jury would find that Baby Stretch's statements were not credible, and that he in fact was the driver when the shooting took place. But even though he was the driver and gave up names of the shooters in the beginning, he would still be the only one that went down for this. But 3 years after he was found guilty, he would have the attempted murder charge reduced to an assault with a firearm on a person on April 15th of 2025. And as you can see right here, the court would reverse it. And the reason why they reversed it is because they said the court instructed the jury on a kill zone theory. A kill zone theory is a legal concept related to attempted murder charges, where a defendant might be charged with attempted murder of individuals in the vicinity of the primary target, even if those individuals weren't the target themselves. And since the DA told the jury what that was, they were able to reverse it. But either way, they would give him 25 years to life for the murder, In the other 2 counts, he would be able to run them concurrent. Baby Stretch has been incarcerated since 2016, and he was arrested at the age of 30, but he's eligible for parole in August of 2035. And like we said, even though Baby Stretch tried to tell on everybody, this right here would be the search results when you look up Montel Egan's, who Baby Stretch would name multiple times through his interrogation. But as you can see right here, Montel Egan's would not be in custody. But rest in peace to Jermaine Williams, and I'm sending my condolences and love to his family, his friends, and his daughter who was born a day after he was killed. But that's gonna wrap it up for this video, and I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Comment, like, and subscribe. It's Respectable Rants.
So first thing I'ma say, man, first thing first, I don't even know why Baby Stretch did what he did. This how I be feeling. I be feeling like people be knowing, you know what I'm saying? Like before you go and do something, you be knowing if you gonna tell or not, because you gotta weight that option on them Libra scales, what's gonna happen, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I know you wanna, you know what I'm saying, keep it plastered across your mind to get away, but in the back of your mind somewhere, it gotta be a small percentage of, what if I get caught? And a lot of you dudes already be knowing if you get caught that you gonna tell. So it looked like this Baby Stretch dude, you know what I'm saying, get hyped up to go on this mission, you know what I'm saying, execute on this mission, only to tell, only the first act like he didn't know nothing about it, like the car was sold, his girl tell, you know what I'm saying, then he just like, man, forget it, I'ma tell, and he started telling everything. But cold part about it, they let everybody out that was arrested on it but him. They just wanted him because he was the alleged shooter. So what I'm wondering is this Baby Stretch dude, like, you know, what yard is he on? Is he on the SNY yard? I know he can't be walking on mainline prison, and I don't say that to be funny or anything at all, but that is an honest and true question, man, because, you know, he gave it up. It don't look like nothing happened to him in the county jail. It looked like he made it out that county jail swell, you know what I'm saying? It looked like that they didn't know what's going on, or either people that spread the news and get it around and let it know that he was telling her what the case may be. But this a cold case, man. He should have just listened to that text that person sent him, like, hey, look, man, don't get caught up in what OG, what happened to OG, man. I'm telling you, man. He should have just listened to that text, and he'd still be out here right now. You know what I'm saying? He should have listened to that text. But I guess in the face of danger, you feeling it, you know, peer pressure, you know, dudes enact, and sometimes, you know, them inactions can be deadly, and it looked like that was a deadly situation for Stretch, man, only to go all bad, because it's like once you do that and you committed to that, you gotta ride that, buddy. You gotta ride that out and stay solid. You know what I'm saying? You was caught, dead bang, you know what I'm saying? You should have just kept your mouth shut. Once you found out they had evidence against you, it is what it is. Take it to trial. You beat it or you don't beat it, you know what I'm saying? And then try to get back on the appeal. But all in all, you know what I'm saying, yeah, they say dude from 40s passed the day before, you know what I'm saying, his daughter was born, and he probably was out, you know what I'm saying, celebrating at Buffalo Wild Wings, you know what I'm saying, while before his folks probably went in labor, you know what I'm saying. But, you know, this another one, you know what I'm saying, out of South Central, you know what I'm saying, street gangs, you know what I'm saying, lives lost, you know what I'm saying, and we gonna conclude that there. It's your boy, Young and Hefe. Don't care about number what the check say. Make sure you go ahead, like and subscribe, because it don't cost you nothing. Press that button, and if you ring that notification bell, I'm gonna bring you mail.
Be acting like they own shit over there, my nigga. You feel me? Like, nigga, you don't own nothing over there, though, bro. Nigga, get to the hood, nigga ain't got, nigga, we hand in front of somebody else's house. If you don't knock it off, nigga, I'm finna go in the house, go, nigga, take my shoes off, nigga, turn on YouTube, make me some content, and stay out you niggas' way. Because it be 10 niggas on the block with one strap. You feel me? I got my own strap. You feel me? I ain't passing shit on, and I ain't put my life in another nigga hands. So the fix all that, right? I'm just stay my monkey ass in the house. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And there's so much niggas telling out here nowadays. You don't know who's snitching. You feel me? You got a strap on you. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, you got Crash, the FBI, the National Guards pulling out, going straight to you. But you want a nigga to come to the hood.